Hello everyone, here we will see part of the painting process of the Goku vs Vegeta diorama. Here we have Vegeta with the base colors already applied. The base color is the intermediate tone between shadows and highlights, covering the largest area in each zone, such as blue or white in this case. Let's identify the shadows. We'll darken the blue base color slightly and use a liner brush to start outlining. We can follow the cuts from one muscle to another and use artificial light to play with the placement of lights and shadows. To outline, you need to play with the brush pressure. Apply more pressure where the brush touches the surface and gradually release it as you move the brush. It's essential to consider the muscles when outlining lights and shadows to maintain naturalness in the model. Now let's place highlights. Lighten the blue base color a bit and start placing and outlining in the most prominent muscle volumes. Imagine where the light hits the body and use small, pointed strokes to place highlights. With a light gray, apply shadows to the armor, using a circular pattern for organic shapes in the painting. Increase the intensity of the highlights. To achieve this, bring the light blue closer to white for a more striking contrast. Now, work on the hair. Start working towards the light, using a light gray for thicker strokes where the light would hit more. Use thinner and smaller strokes towards the supposed shadow areas, creating a fading effect. As seen in the hair, An additional level of light was added for more contrast, using a gray very close to white. Now, focus on the face. With a base color of skin tone combined with a brown shade for shadows, use a reference or artificial light for guidance. Facial shadows can cover a larger volume in areas where light doesn't reach. Maintain a natural and organic contrast from light to dark, finishing with thin and pointed lines and small strokes that characterize gestures, wrinkles, scars, or dirt. To go to a lighter tone, use skin color close to white, outline the areas of greater volume, and enhance characteristic features with light. Here we can observe work on the armor. The base color is Nispero. For shadows, darken the color slightly. For highlights, use an ochre color with a bit of white for better contrast. Add a final light, this time using pure white for a more eye-catching focal point. Start applying base colors for the powers and other elements accompanying the character's base. Mix the base color with white to increase the highlights. Powers' shadows can be softer and not as dark. Play with light and gentle strokes to mimic movement, resembling a lightning effect or containing energy. Increase the highlights even more, almost approaching whites, using loose strokes and creating shapes similar to tree roots to establish the luminosity of the lightning effect. For this power part, use the same strokes as with the lightning, aiming to give the impression of energy or movement in that area. Additionally, add some light points and begin painting the rocks on the base. Apply a bit of black to the base color and start with the rock shadows. Use visual references or follow the rock shapes or artificial light for better application. Here we have Goku with the base colors applied. Considering the more reddish tone in this battle, we choose a color palette that aligns with this reference. For the pants, apply shadows with a red color on the orange base tone. Consider folds in the pants and use them for shadow application. Start with slightly thicker strokes, ending in a point, always playing with brush pressure. Add a bit of white to the reddish-orange color to start increasing the pants' highlights. Typically apply it at the edge of a shadow where volumes are generated, and in specific areas where light might reach. Observe how, in the torso with a more reddish skin tone, red was applied for shadows. Like with Vegeta, use muscles and the character's posture to determine where light falls, avoiding thick shadows in favor of thinner ones hidden among folds. Add highlights to the torso with a sea sand color, focusing on specific areas and applying small strokes. Finally, add details with black and a very thin liner brush to characterize the characters with an anime look.